Recording the session. So we are going to start animation. Okay. So normally animation, what is an animation? Okay. So last class we have seen, fundamentals of or principles of animation. So I have asked you all to go through multiple videos which are related to principles of animation. And apart from that, I have shared a PDF, that's Animator Survival Kit. Okay, it's really important. You just have to go through that. Okay, that particular PDF, that's a book. Okay. Now let us start the basics of animation here. Okay. So first what I'll do, I'll just take a sphere, create a sphere. The sphere is here. So the basic, the fundamental is how to set key. Okay, or how do we do this animation? How do we make movements? Okay. So normally animation is, like giving life to an inanimatable object or giving life to a dead object, something like that. So normally if I play, these are the multiple frames. This is a frame, you know and timeline, this is a range slider. Okay, this is a timeline consists of multiple frames. This is a range slider, it defines from what range to what range the animation should happen. Okay, and this you have, play pause button. So play, stop. Okay, so go back to frame. So this, go to the next keyframe, go to the next frame. This one go to the next keyed frame. What is keyed frame here? That we have to key. We haven't done any key. So simple. I'll just make it 25 frame now. In range slider, I'm gonna decide. Let the it start from 1 to 25. And this one, the start and end frame, how many frames are there? Okay, so here up to 200 frames is there. You can increase the number to 2000 or 5000. Or if you want 25, you make it 25. Now the entire frame is from 1 to 25 only we have. Okay, so the start frame is here. I'm gonna set key, means you click here, S. When you press S for key, select this S in the frame number 1. When I press S, all the attributes here, okay, means in the channel box, everything is keyed. Okay, so I'll come to frame number 25, click here, S. So it is a key in the sense we are keying. Okay, it's like freezing in that particular plane. Okay, and in 13, means these values are freeze here. In 13, I'm gonna lift this little bit up and I press S. So in 13, this is the value. So now what happens? There are three major keys. This is the start point, this is the end point, this is the midpoint. So when I move this, when I play this, the sphere is animating. Okay, it's moving. Understood? Any doubts in key? And you can observe the values are changing here. Any doubts up to here?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
But it is just, simple movements are happening, but this doesn't look good. See, there is no weight in this. Just simple movement is happening. Okay. So now another thing I can do. See, for example, I just create this one here. You have it here. In frame number 1, I'm gonna key this, and frame 25, I'm gonna key this. Frame 13, I'm gonna key this. See, right? You got an output like this. Okay. So it's quite simple. So now let us do a basic animation, that is a bouncing ball. Normally, bouncing ball, how does it work? Or see, the bouncing ball, it works like this. It jumps, it goes like this, right? This is a drawing. Now let's see here. So the ball should fall like this, okay, and jump again. And while it travels a distance, see, ball starting point is here, ending point is here. It does travel in y-axis, it does travel in either x-axis. So anyhow, the ball is traveling from one distance to another distance, but at the time of travel, it covers x-axis and y-axis both. So, right. And see here, the y-axis means the height of once it bounces, the height is going to reduce as it moves, right? This is the common thing, we should know. How does a bouncing ball work? Normally, you guys will be having a ball, a tennis ball or some ball will be there. Okay. Just leave it, like you just lift the ball, just throw, slowly you throw, you observe how does it bounces. Okay. And while bouncing also, it hits the surface, then very quickly it moves up, and at some point of time, the force is going to reduce, then again due to gravity it comes down. While falling down, the force is faster, the speed is faster. When it hits the surface, again with the same force it will go up. While going up, at some point of time, the force, it's going to stop, means the speed is going to stop. Then due to gravity it has to come down. That is what is happening. It is hitting the surface. While ball is hitting the surface, due to gravity it has to go fast. Okay. You can observe from 4 to 5 how much it has covered the distance. Okay. So while hitting the surface, it is faster. From 6 to 7 it is covering a lot of distance. Then slow in, then slow out. Hits the surface faster, slow in, slow out, slow in, slow out. Got it? Any doubts?
No, sir. Got it.
No, sir.
Okay, now let's do. I'm taking a spear. So you can press D. D for changing the pivot point, or insert. You can press insert key. You can change the pivot point of the spear. I'm just changing to the bottom of the spear. Just place it exactly at the bottom of the spear. Okay. And just lift this exactly at this particular place. Okay. It should be standing on this line, the center line. Okay. Now select this. Frame number 1, set key, press S for set key. Frame number 25, S for set key. Now frame number 13, the center of this two is frame number 1 and 25. The center of this two is 13. In 13, I'm gonna lift a bit up to here and I press S for set key. So now there are no weights, just simple movement is happening. Okay, it's not realistic. The movement is not realistic. Let us make this realistic. To do realistic, what we have to do is select the spear, go to Windows, Animation Editor, Window, Animation Editor. Under Animation Editor, Graph Editor. this editor is very, very important to do animation. Especially graph editor is very important. You have to learn graph editor. I'll explain you how does graph editor work. Okay. So got it? You have to go to window, animation editor, graph editor. Now click on graph editor. Okay. My sphere is here. This is called graph editor. You observe in the channel box, what and all values are there, what and all attributes are there. The same is displayed here. See, visibility, translate XYZ, rotate XYZ, and scale XYZ. Here, now you tell me for which attribute, for which channel we have animated. Means values are changed in which channel? Can you tell me in which channel the values are, edited? Say translate X, it is 0. Translate Z, it is 0. Rotate XYZ, 0. We didn't do anything for scale XYZ. Can you tell me?
The Y channel.
Huh?
Y.
Translate Y. Good.
The
You
Y
can-
channel.
Yeah, translate Y. Only translate Y because we just moved a position. That's it. Nothing else. Frame number 1 and frame number 25, it is there only. In frame number 13, I selected this Y axis. I moved a little bit up. That's it. Nothing. We didn't do anything else. So translate Y. Now, the key, whatever key we have done, you can see this as a dot here. These are the keys. Okay. But translate Y, when you select this, you can see translate Y is selecting here. Okay. You see translate X, it is nothing. We didn't do anything. Okay. Now I'll explain again. See this graph editor. How does this graph editor work? So this is frame number 1. You can see here 1. You can see the number 25. Frame number 1, frame number 25. I can move the frames here also. When I move the frames here, see when I move the frame here, animation is going to happen in the bottom as well. Anyhow, it's all same. Okay. I'm moving the frame here also. Make sure you're in W. You press W means move tool. You can move. Hmm. Okay. So frame 1, frame 13, and frame 25. Okay. So in translate Y, when I select translate Y, you can see the curve which comes like this. When I select translate X, it is stagnant because I haven't changed any value. Another thing you have to observe here, if you see 0 is there. Okay, let us discuss about the height here. Means let us discuss what does it mean if for the vertical line and what does it mean for the horizontal line here. Okay, I'm gonna enlarge this. So the horizontal line defines the distance or frames. The horizontal line, it defines the frame. This is frame number 1. This is frame number 25. You can call this as distance. The vertical line, it defines the value. The vertical line defines the value. Value is, see, translate Y. I have selected this key. The value is, it shows 8.563. Frame number 13, this see the status. Frame 13, the value of this key is 8.563. I'm going to minimize this and I'll come to frame 13. The value is 8.563 here. Okay. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I'm gonna make it bit larger. Okay, here. Especially in graph editor, we have to learn one main thing that is called tangents. Tangents, okay. Tangents defines the weight for the animation. Okay, so here you can see so many things. See, like this kind of lines, so many are there. Okay, this is, you know, like auto tangent, you have spline, you have clamped, this is linear, this is flat, stepped, okay, plateau. Like these are the tangents. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 types of tangents are there. In this, commonly used is spline, linear, okay, and sometimes flat. Or anyhow, we can manually work on these tangents as well. Okay, so now this frame number 1, you observe. See, as you know, when the sphere goes up and comes down, see here in the value is 1 only, means in 1 the y-axis value 1. I'll come over here. See, y-axis is 1.486. See, this is, I'll select this key, it is 1.486. So here, from here to here, it has to go faster. It has to travel the y-axis. It, from the surface it has to travel faster, but while traveling, you see there is a slowness here. Okay, so what I do, I just select this, I make this tangent linear. So what happens when it hits the surface, very quickly it goes. Again, I'm selecting this shortcut is here. You can see this as linear. Either you go to tangent linear, or here you click on linear, it is the same. And I select this, I want slow in. Here, from here it has to go faster, and here it has to come slow, then it has to come faster. So I'm selecting this. Here, this particular key, tangent, you make this spline. This has to be spline. Okay, now what happened, there is a weight in this. Now see the movement, it is quite faster, means it's kind of realistic, right? You feel that, yeah, now this is bouncing. The way it moves fast here it slows down, right? We can give even more weight. We can do even more weight. So what I'll do for that, select this, go to graph editor again, select this one, select this particular key. Okay, I need to add more weight for this tangent. We need to add more weight. So how do we add it? So this is a curve. In the curve, I'm selecting a key, go to curves, weighted tangent. Click on weighted tangent. Okay, I'm selecting translate Y curve. In that, this particular key, the top key, go to curves, weighted tangent. Okay, any doubts up to here?
No, sir.
Okay, I select weighted tangent. When I select weighted tangent, you observe this line. You observe what happens. I select weighted tangent. When I do that, this tangent expands. The line of the tangent expands. So select this line, you can expand like this. That means here, this position, there's a lot of slowness we are giving. Okay, I expand this like this. Okay, so now let's see what happened. Play. You can see there's a lot of slowness, but here while jumping, you know, like while bouncing, it's faster, and it's now slow here. This looks like kind of a ping pong ball, right? Do you know what is a ping pong ball?
No,
Yes.
sir, I don't.
You don't know ping pong ball? Let me show you that. This is a ping pong ball. Means it's uh, it's so bouncy. This is made up of rubber, and this is so bouncy. Lot of bounciness will be there. Okay, so let's say from your height. Okay, if you throw this ball, this a smaller ball. When you throw the ball from your height, it will almost bounce to like your height only. Whereas normal tennis ball or rubber ball, it won't bounce like that. Okay, so for example, here when I throw the ping pong ball from here, it hits and it bounces almost up to here. Okay, whereas normal ball is like this. You throw, it goes, slows down, slows down. Whereas ping pong ball, it bounces a lot. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now this is the output which we have achieved. Okay, so now it looks realistic. So now what I want is, when the ball is bouncing, I want the ball to bounce like this and slow down. Then it should go like this. So what I'll do is, I'll just increase this to something like 100 for time being. I select the ball. So now from 1 to 25, we have animated this. 1 to 25. And if I want my ball to go in right direction, which axis or which channel is responsible for that? If I want my spear to come towards right side, to bounce towards right side, which channel is responsible for that? Any doubt? See this axis, right? I want my spear to move like this while bouncing. So which axis is affecting?
X.
Translate X. Simple. When I select this, you will be knowing what it is. So I'm in perspective view. Normally, in front view, if you select in perspective, I'm working in a front actually. So right side is X axis, top is Y axis, back side is Z axis, right? It's like that. Okay, so now what I do, I want this animation to continuously happen over here. Then I want to move the spear. So in this case, what I'll do, click here, click, remember, click here or frame number 25, hold shift, first click here at frame 25, hold shift, drag up to here. I'll show you again. Select the spear, just normal click, hold shift, drag to frame number 1. Okay, then right click, copy. Okay, then click on frame number 25, right click, paste, paste. Then I'll come to frame 49, right click, paste, paste. Then I click on this 73, right click, paste, paste. Let me go up to here, that's okay. Then I click on 97, right click, paste, paste. Then I come over here at 121, right click, paste, paste. So 145, right click, paste, paste. I think up to here is enough. Up to 169 frame, I got the animation. Okay. So now when I play this, continuously you got this kind of animation. Continuously it's playing because the same keys I have copied and I have duplicated. Now I'll come to frame number 169. Then I'll go to this graph editor. In graph editor, this is what is happening. Translate X, if you see, press this one. Okay, translate Y. This looks like this. Okay, so I want this to move at translate X, right? So what I'll do is at 169, frame 169, I want the spear to be moved up to here and yes, set key. So the spear is moved up to here and at the end it is like this. So now bring this here, translate X, click on translate X, F, you can select this F, or it's like this. So what you have to do is this is the first key, this is the last key. Okay, for translating, select all the middle keyframes, leaving the first one and the last one, select all the keys, you delete this key. This is the first and this is the last. Okay, first and last. Now let's see what happens. It's moving. Okay, so I select this, only this particular key, you make it linear, only this key linear. Okay, then again go to graph, I'll go to Y. So while the bounciness is happening, it should not reach the same height always. Okay, so now this height is 8.563. So now I select this, I make this 7.5. Now I select this, leaving this, I'm selecting everything. This I make it 6.5. Now I select this, this is 5. Now I select this, this is 3. I select this, this is 2. I select this, this is what is the value of this? This is 1.486. I copy this, and here it is same. Okay, so what happens now is so same movement is there here also. So now what I do, I select this, I go to graph, I'll select translate Y. See, this and this we have given weighted tangent. Let weight be there, but I don't want weight. Okay, here also be there, but I don't want weight here. So this one, just make it spline. This is spline, tangent spline. Select this, this as spline. Select this, this as spline. Select this, this as spline. Okay, or you can select this, this is anyhow linear, it's okay. So now we are getting a movement, clean movement. There is a hold here, later there is no hold. Smooth animation. So now what I do, I select this, let me apply a new material. I'll apply blend. Then in the attribute, I'm going to apply in color, I'm going to apply checker. Okay, there's a checker box. Okay, so now let us see. Okay, let me add a surface. I take a plane. There's a plane. I'll assign new material for this. I'll go for Lambert and bit darker. Okay, so right now the animation, this is how we are getting. But what is required in this now? Tell me, what is missing? Very easily noticeable. What is missing in this? Okay, now tell me, do you have any doubts up to here?
No, sir.
Okay, now then you tell me what is missing in this.
Squash and stretch.
Yeah, apart from that, squash and stretch we'll do later. Okay, apart from that, a common thing. When you throw the ball, does the ball goes like this? It will rotate, right? It should rotate, right? See the checker box. That is the reason I have added this texture. This is not rotating. So what I'll do, I'll select this right. It should rotate right. Okay, so I'm selecting this, press E for rotation. One, okay. I need to modify center pivot. So here at 169, 1 rotation, 2 rotation, 3 rotation, 4 rotation I'll do. So it's 720, 720, it is 1340, 13, no, 720, 1440, 1440, 1440. I set key. I select this and set key. So now rotation Z, rotate Z we have done. Now I'll come over here, select rotate Z. See, rotate Z is like this. Simple, select all the key except first and the last, delete this. And that's okay. This is fine. Now see. Oh, this is reverse. So select this. I'll come to 169. It's simple, minus 1440 key. I'll come over here. Rotate Z, F. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, this is too much. Okay, it should not rotate so much. So it is 360, 360. Okay, let me give 720 only, minus 720. Okay, so not here. Select this. Here, minus 720. Here. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, it stops as well. Okay. So any doubts up to here? I can select the last one, select here, last, copy, and I come over here, right click, paste and paste. So again, okay. Okay. Fine. Any doubts up to here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, I'll show you the video. Just practice this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So shall we connect after this, once this call ends?
Okay,
Yeah, once this call ends,
yes,
connect
sir.
again, connect again. I'll show you how to export this to a video. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Yes.
So once this ends, let's connect again. So this is what I have done. So I'll select the last frame. I'm gonna rework on this. Copy,